Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the Master System version, so it's different from the Mega Drive version, and it is different from the Game Gear version. It's very similar to the Game Gear version, but not exactly the same. Same basic rules apply to this game as you'd expect in a normal Sonic game. You know, collect rings, smash a 10 ring box to get 10 rings, and if you want to attack enemies you have to roll into them or jump. As long as you're in a ball, and you can't spin dash on this game. We have invincibility. And the game does send you quite far at that point. And checkpoints look like that, which I think is quite interesting, and I actually like box checkpoints. Now there are a few things different about this game. For one, if you actually get hit, you lose all your rings, but you don't get any chance to collect them back. Well, that was close. Now, I do want to end this level with 50 rings, at least, because then I'll be able to show something. Ah yes, here we go. Now you pass this signpost at the end. If you have over 50 rings, you get sent to the special stage. However, if you get over 100 rings, then your ring count goes back to 0, so, you know, you've got to be careful there. It's a bit stupid, I know. And this is what special stages look like in this game. Yeah, it's just like, there's nothing really unique about them, it's just very springy. And there's well, basically bouncy things everywhere. Those things look like, it's like old lollipops. I think they're called Twisters. They were available in the UK. It says Sega there. And you can get a continue. If you get over 100 rings, you get a life. But in order for the continue to become valid, you have to actually complete the level before the time runs out. Now I am trying to get enough rings to get a life here. Unlike most Sonic games, you don't actually get the emerald from special stages. Hey, over 100 rings. You don't actually get the rings on special stages. You actually find them throughout the levels, which I think is really interesting. And as much as I like the idea of special stages for getting emeralds, I really like the idea of having a hidden object. This is an underground level. And down here there is a hidden life. No fancy music when you get a life in this game. Now there is an emerald in every zone. In this zone, it's on this second act, and I shall get it soon. Again, try to make sure I get 50 rings. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, there are 8 special stages in this game, but I'm not bothered about going through all of them. I want to try and see if I can go through 5 of them. And if I can go through 5 of them, that's great, because there's basically 4 special stages, and then the next set of 4 are basically the same, but with added bouncy platform things. As you see, in order to get that emerald, you have to like follow that specific path and fall down that way. I do like this act. I really like the underground nature of it, and how it's not just straightforward left to right. It's actually, you know, at least a little bit mazy to it. A little bit mazy. And I've got enough rings. I'm not bothered about getting all the continues in this game, you know, getting loads of continues throughout the special stages, but if I can get as many as what turn up, then, you know, that's great, whatever. Again, it is strange that continues turn up in boxes, as well as checkpoints. Different colour springs mean different levels of bounciness, so gotta be wary of that. And there's a life. In an awkward position. And that was just as awkward as he's trying to get out of here. Come on. Oh, the luck isn't strong in this one. Oh well. I did it anyway, so hooray. Now the third act in this game is quite different from how it is in the Mega Drive version, in that it is just the boss straight away, and you don't have any chance to get any rings in these bosses. Just if you've got the shields, you can carry that over, which is always good. Avoid that first hole, but fall down the second hole and you will find a secret life. There is one secret life hidden on every boss stage, which is nice. Now this first boss is so easy. Now I think in the Game Gear version you can actually hit him just by jumping from below, which makes it so much easier, but I mean it's easy enough as it is, but that just adds an extra layer of easiness to it. Basically just hit him when he comes down, and then when he runs at you, jump out the way. It really is that simple. Or you can roll into him, but that's taking a bit of a bigger risk. And I've never really thought about it before, but shields don't carry over in other levels in other Sonic games. Unless you're talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles between Act 1 and Act 2, because the levels basically transition into each other. That's Green Hill Zone completed. We freed all the animals, which is rabbits and birds for this. For Green Hill Zone. So on to the next stage, which is Bridge Zone. And if you ask me, it's too similar in design to Green Hill Zone. I mean, the grass looks different, but it's different music and everything, and there's bridges and stuff, but it's still like grassy and all that. See, those enemies, you have to roll into them because you actually can't jump at them because they've got spikes on their head. They're the same enemies that you find in Spring Yard Zone on the Mega Drive version. And surprisingly enough, on Bridge Zone there are bridges. And if they're like flat platforms like that, then they collapse. We also have these catapulty things, so you get sent up into the air, which is nice. Gotta remember not to collect too many rings. A little story about this game from me when I was growing up. I actually didn't have a Master System growing up, I had a Mega Drive. My friend, who lived near me, got an extra life from that catapult, and I needed the catapult to actually get to it. My friend, who, actually, hold on, before need to be careful about my rings. Get this emerald. Before you get that emerald is you actually have to jump on the platform and drop down to jump back up and get it, and I really like that idea. Also, something that's unique about this Sonic game is that the springs are semi-solid in the sense of you can actually run through them like that. Just try to be careful not to get too many rings. Ah, good. And now on the third special stage. I think this is a special stage with so many bounty things. I think this is probably the hardest to control special stage, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes, I am right. Because there's loads of bounty things, there's loads of those circular bounty things, which are very common in Sonic games, but they started off as special stages. And see, you can't actually, you got to be careful as to how high you go up, because there's those springs at the top hitting you back, and I am running out of time, as you can see. Am I stuck? Yeah. Oh well. I think saying that that level was rather springy was a bit of an understatement when you see that last scene there. Now this act is unique in the fact that it's a moving stage. It automatically scrolls and you have to move along with it. And generally, I mean, I've always called these levels moving levels. I don't know if that's a technical name for it. I suppose you could call them auto-scrolling levels. But I've never liked them. For the main reason that it seems like you're either being rushed to go, okay, that's catapult pointless. It's not really catapult, is it? Oh wait, no, it's not pointless. What am I talking about? Kind of is, actually. What I don't like about moving levels is that it's like if you go too fast, you have to wait for the level to scroll, or but if you're going too slow, you gotta hurry up. And I don't like either of those things. Now this is the bit that I never liked, those falling bridges on this level, because if the screen's moving too slow, you've got to like keep up. The screen's got to keep up with the falling bridge. Is there a life down? Yes, there is a life down there. Oh, that was lucky. I actually thought I was going to die for a second then. Yeah, that is quite a hard to find life. I do believe... oh no. I was going to say I do believe this is the end of the level. Now, the story I was going to tell was my friend, who I'll call him by his initials, MT. He had this game, and he had a Master System. I didn't. But he showed me this game, and I wanted it. Now, the thing is, because I didn't have a Master System, there was nothing I could really do. One Christmas I did get the Master System converter, so I could play Master System games on my Mega Drive. And I got this game. I also got Shinobi, I think. And... well, so I was getting Shinobi World. Good games. So yeah, this is the 4th special stage, and this is unique in the sense that there's a lot of falling going on in this special stage. It's very vertical. Oh yeah, it's got pinball flippers as well, so you can flip yourself up. Which is basically just like a more powerful jump, I guess you could put it that way. And am I correct in thinking? I think that was a continue. Am I correct in thinking that this level has... no, Well, I didn't get enough hearts? I didn't get enough rings to actually get a continue there, but... a life, I mean. But I did get a life. It was strange because there's 2 lives and you hit one of them and they both disappear, so it's kind of like 2 chances to get the same life. The Bridge Zone boss. Now on this boss level, the secret life is behind you, so start by going to the left. And there you have it. Now... I don't actually like this boss, as you can see. Now, I don't want to have to use save states, but I am not taking risks in having to redo things over and over again. Because for all we know, I might do something really bad and keep failing at a boss over and over and over again, and I think that's most likely to happen on either the final boss or the boss of the next zone. Now that boss is actually different on the Game Gear version, because when you fight him on the Game Gear version, instead of there being 3 grassy platforms, it's like 1 bridge with 2 dips in it, and I actually prefer this version, but there is a trick on the Game Gear version where you can make it rather easy, I think. Now this is the jungle zone. Now there was one time when I was at MT's house, and I think this is before I actually got... I think this is when he showed me the game, or when he basically had the well, he had this game basically. One thing I specifically remember about the Master System is that the pause button was on the it was on the console itself. Now there's a life, but I'm not sure if there's any point getting it. I've got so many lives at this point anyway. And he basically, what he did was, he had to go to bed. So, he kept his Master System on. I mean, I had gone home long by this point, but this is a story he told me. He left his Master System on pause overnight, and I was thinking to myself, what? No, you can't do that. And he was like, oh yeah, of course I can. And then he came back to it overnight. I think I went to his house just after he had, like, went back to unpausing it from having slept or whatever. I can't remember. Now, am I right in thinking, I think I am, that this is where the emerald is on this zone? Again, this is like the third grassy zone in the game, like in a row. I'm right. So you go on these logs and you can ride them across. And there's the emerald for the jungle zone. Da, 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 da. I do like this music. I like the music of this game in general. One thing I forgot to mention when I was on Bridge Zone is that the music that was used is actually commonly used in... I think it's commonly used in other places as well. I'm wondering how far I can go on this log. There are a few songs that actually follow the same pattern or have a very similar style to that. For example, if you listen to the Bridge Zone theme and then listen to a song by Goldfinger called Stalker, now I'm going to save state here because this fish can cause problems. Luckily it didn't for me. But that platform nearly did. If you listen to... See, that's... See, I don't usually like save states, but sometimes when it comes to like Let's Plays, they just... It's just better to do it, because people, you know... It's best not to... Oh, it's like there's a current pushing me along. Is there a current pushing me along? I didn't know. Yeah, the music to, Bridge Zone, if you listen to a song called Stalker by Goldfinger, and there's, I think there's a Janet Jackson song as well, but they follow a very similar... it sounds very similar to that theme, and it's quite common. And I think it was used as Tails' theme in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but because that was a Sonic game, I suppose that doesn't really count, because it's just taken music they created. Now, yeah, this is the first... This is basically the first special stage, but with these bouncy platforms everywhere that move left and right. And so, the next 3 special stages are basically just the same again. So, as you can probably recognise it by the Sega logo. Written in rings. Right. Yeah, I'll go for the life. Doubt I'll need it. Nah, I'm not gonna bother going for it. I mean, using save state 2 needs lives anywhere. Eh? Da 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 da. Oh, 14 lives! And several 15 lives. And several continues. I think I'm doing fine. Now, this level is unique, not just in the sense that it's an upwards... I'll accept that death. I didn't have a... And that one, I didn't... Oh. I am not doing good, am I? I've done well so far, maybe this level's jinxed me. Well... One of the things that's unique about this level is that it scrolls upwards, but something else that's quite unique about this level as well, as you just saw there, and I am doing so bad at this level, what's wrong with me? Sorry folks, I am going to have to save state if I keep dying on this level. What's unique about this level specifically is not just that it scrolls upwards, but that it doesn't scroll down. So, and as you saw, and you can call that death as a demonstration, so yeah, yes, it was demonstrating. I purposely did that to show you that if you fall and hit the bottom of the screen, regardless of how high you are, you die. So, yes, that was my demonstration. Yes, yes, yes. I was just showing you what happens when you do that. And the level only ever scrolls up when you actually are on a platform, so it is actually possible to kind of like outrun the screen. But it can be quite awkward if you... Did I make a save state? I can't remember. The thing is, I don't usually dislike this level, but it's giving me some problems today. Oops, didn't you do that? Oh well, never mind. So yeah, and one thing on the Game Gear version, it doesn't do this scrolling. I mean, it does go up, but it doesn't do the whole, you know, it doesn't increase the line of death, as you want to call it. I always did find it rather amusing how in Sonic games, like when he falls to his death, he falls and then he bounces off the air and then falls through. As opposed to just, you know, continuing to fall and lose a life. But yeah, I do like this level. Generally, not now, I don't. As in, not this time. But, and I've got to be careful here, there's a life there, but there's a spring behind it that would knock you into your death. So you don't want to go you don't want to go and get knocked into your death, do you now? Yeah, I jumped over this side thing. Oh well, I didn't get into the special stage. If you get a multiple of 10 rings, you get an extra 10 rings. I don't understand why. Points, I guess. And you can also get a life sometimes. But there's no need for me to show you the other special stages, because again, you've seen them already, and there's just the same with the other platform. Now this boss, I might be using save sets. There is the extra life hidden down here. Now this boss I do consider to be one of the hardest. I'm gonna make a save set right here. I do dislike this. Well, no, I think it's wrong to say that I dislike this boss. I mean, I don't. It annoys me because I fail a lot. Oh, that was a good. As you can see, like that. It does annoy me in the sense that I fail a lot, but I actually do enjoy it because you know you got to be careful what you're doing. I think a very common death on this boss is actually hitting him as he's dropping another one of those... Oh, what are they? Cannonballs? Now, I did jump then. I'm sure I did. I pressed the button and I just didn't jump. Right. Now, that was stupid. And as you can see, this is why this boss irritates me, because it's not so easy. But I think it's easiest to hit him, like, when he's in the air like that, like between his travelling. Gotta be careful. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh. That was scary. Can I actually do this? Gotta be. Yes, just don't get hit by that cannonball. Is it a cannonball, or would you consider it a bomb? Cannonballs don't blow up, do they? Anyway, chickens and squirrels, roam free. I think people in general don't pay much attention to the animals that you actually do, like, free up. Labyrinth Zone. Da, 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 da. No, I really do like this music. I like Sonic music in general. I don't know, I just think Sonic music is really good. I'm not sure if this music is as fitting as the Mega Drive version. But I do like it. That means I need some air. And to get air you gotta find a bubble, like you would in any other Sonic game. It doesn't do the music at this game. It just does a countdown. Come on, air. Come on! Oh, this is not funny. Just give me some air. Bubbles! Right. Now, I'm sure everyone would... What?! Oh! 2?! Oh! Now, I'm sure everyone would agree that that was through no fault of my own, but rather the game's random number generator being unfair, or something along that. I'm not taking the risk. I'm getting that one there. I do believe that's my first time in this game so far being hit whilst having rings, so you could see the rings fly out but not being able to collect them. Right! Yes! Excuse me for coughing. I am getting a bit of a sore throat. But then who wouldn't? After that incident. Oh, these enemies. Come on. He shoots those spiky things out at you, so I just jump out the way. Thankfully I didn't land on the spring, it would have knocked me back up into them. So now I can just roll into him. Yay! You're a dead ball! That sounds so weird. Oh, that's going to be so funny when I look back and I see myself shouting at the screen for its lack of supply of bubbles, and then its constant supply of bubbles. Now, when I say the word bubbles, I think of the System of a Down song. That just happens. If I get to know a song by a certain name and then I hear that word being used, or I use that word, I just think of the song. Anyway, that switch opened. I do believe a door over here. And again, no special stage, but again, I don't care because I've shown enough that enough for it to matter, really. Sonic has passed Act 1. And I do believe the emerald is on this level, and for a second there I was panicking. I think that would have been a good reason to panic, just then, nearly hitting those spikes. Panicking that I missed the emerald, but I do think it's on Act 2. And it is easier to confuse Act 1 and Act 2 of Labyrinth Zone compared to the other zones, because it's the only zone which doesn't have something unique about it. I can't... oh, never mind. This is... oh, can I go the other way? I don't have to wait around for him. Oh, come on, there's gotta be a spring or something. Oh, there it is. Now, people usually don't like water in games in general. People usually don't like Labyrinth Zone. I actually quite like it. You know, when it doesn't cheat on me. I'm not referring to that spiky thing, of course. One thing I also find interesting about this game compared to the Mega Drive version... Okay, let's not go through this again. Come on, just give me a bubble. Finally. I mean, the thing I do find interesting compared to the Mega Drive version of this game is how things that spin round, like those logs and those spikes over there... Oh, that was close. They don't have they don't have like a chain connecting them. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Now those bubbles have gone out of the way. Ah, there's one there. So I found that interesting, and also, oh, what was I forgot what I was going to say. Also, one thing I've always wondered, even though I really doubt the game set up this way, but if you hit a checkpoint underwater, and you hit it as you're about to drown, and you reload, and you like respawn back at the checkpoint, does it go back to when you were like drowning or not? I mean, I think it'd be very obvious that it wouldn't, but it's always been a concern of mine. Now, this is where you get the emerald, because you have to get this invincibility. Now you need some speed here, because you need to keep this invincibility. You need to collect it in these spikes here. See, because it's within a set of spikes there. Now, on the Game Gear version, the emerald, I do believe, isn't actually in a set of spikes. It's just, it's like there or something, just like where I am now. Which I think isn't as good, because, you know, you need to have, if you're gonna have secrets, see, there's 10 rings. I think if you're gonna have, like, secrets or hidden things, you need to have, like, you need to be a bit more creative with them. That's what I think, instead of just having them in a, you know, a bit of an odd place. I think this game does generally a good job of being creative. Now this level, I believe, you can't actually drown, despite the fact that it's entirely underwater. But also, this is a boss level. Now, I will tell you now, right, that this life on this level is just not worth getting, right? Because it's so tricky to get that you'll probably end up losing loads of lives in the process anyway, and if you are good enough to get this life, you clearly don't need it. But anyway, I shall try to show you, for demonstration purposes. Of course, making constant save states throughout the whole thing. Right? But that actually wasn't as hard as I remember it being. But still, you have to go there, collect that and get back. So imagine... Okay, I'm doing something wrong with that bit. Right, there we go. Now, as you can see, that life, at least for me, is not worth getting. But I thought I thought I'd show it through save states anyway, just to give a demonstration. Well, this is basically the same machine as what I used in what's it? Bridge Zone. Well, the trick is to not hit him whilst he's only hit him while he appears at the top. When he appears, oh dear, I wasn't paying attention. The trick is not to hit him whilst he is coming from underneath, like there. Because if you hit him, you won't be able to bounce back safely. Hit him twice. That rocket will start moving along horizontally. Oh, and it homes in. Again, not paying attention. I need to pay more attention. Also interesting how the doo sound effect still happens after okay, I have a feeling I'm doing this the slow way. The rolling sound effect just continues even if you only do like a small roll. Like that. I'm probably doing this a really slow way that I probably can get more hits on him, but and the torpedo thing is actually like it actually faces the direction that you are, so I can safely jump over to this side if I'm originally. Ooh, that was close. And I've defeated him. I do believe it's penguins and sea lions on this level, and I must say I do much prefer the Mega Drive version of the Labyrinth boss as to this version. I don't know, I just find it more interesting. Now, what I was saying before about worrying about hitting a continue as I'm drowning under the water, it actually reminds me of when I was playing Tomb Raider 2. I'm not on a very good streak, am I? I need to concentrate more. See, when you're commentating over, like, playing a game, it can get quite awkward, like, you lose concentration. But I do like this Scrap Brain. I must say, I do prefer this Scrap Brain over the Mega Drive Scrap Brain. And I sacrificed a life in order to get a life. Of course, I didn't mean to sacrifice a life, I just happened to die whilst I was collecting that life. Even though I don't remember seeing it, I don't remember showing it, in Labyrinth Zone, there is a... Jeez, I am not doing good, am I? Anyway, it gives me no chance to talk. In Labyrinth Zone, there was a switch that turned a 10-ring box into a life box, and on, as you saw in this level, there's a life box that starts on a conveyor belt and gets dropped off. So, I think they were quite creative with this game, and I do like creativeness. Ooh, they're electric things. See, now if the door has those dots on the door, basically tell you which way it was going. Anyway, what I was saying about Tomb Raider 2 was that me and my friend MT, the same one who had this game I mentioned earlier, we both had a theory that if in Tomb Raider 2, because on Tomb Raider 2 if you fall from a great distance you die. If you fall from quite a great distance, you get hurt, but if you fall from too great distance, you die. We theorised that if you fall a long way, save just before you land, and then reload the file, you'll only have a small distance to drop, and you'll land safely. Of course it didn't work, but that was our theory. Now Scrap Brain Zone Act 2 is very interesting, and I really do like this level. This is probably my favourite level in the game. It's very much a maze. And there's a lot to consider. Now the first bit's quite simple. Yes, I would like to get that shield, please. It's able to go round, fine. Now, this isn't the maze bit I'm talking about. This is just it's basically the introduction to the level. Right. And here it starts. Okay, there's a life, but I can't go through there because the door's locked on the other side. Now we can go one of two ways. Where shall I start? I'll start by going up. Because this is one way that you actually have to go. And what was it? Yeah, this is one of the ways that you have to go. Although I do believe the emerald's down here. Well, not down here exactly, but you go down here and you end up in this teleporter, which takes you over here to get the emerald. Now I must say, as much as I do like this level, I am quite disappointed in its emerald location. I think it's rather could have been a bit more creative with that, considering how good they were with the rest of this level. Now, this bit I really like. Okay. If the door has like one dot on each side, that means it's operated by a switch. Now, usually you hit that switch, and it switches between which doors are open. And you'd think, but I can't get up there. This is pointless, right? What you have to make sure is that that switch is not that way, but that way, so that because later on you appear at the top, up there. Where Sonic is looking right now. Well, actually Sonic's looking at the roof, but you get the idea, where Sonic's up there, looking up there, and you have to fall down to continue there. So that's a bit interesting. That's the point of going this way. And the emerald is basically in the middle of that path. That was not very good. Hold on, oh. Wait, do I have... I disappoint myself sometimes. I really do. Now, do I have to re-get the emerald? Because I do believe that didn't save. Oh, maybe it did. Or maybe I'm getting confused. Do I have to hit that switch again? No. I didn't even have to go this way. I could have just continued. Oh well. You see, I think this game is really underrated now. Ooh. Persist it just in case. I do think this game is rather not overrated, underrated in terms of Sonic games. I wouldn't say it's the best, not by any means, but I think it is really good. I think its level design is brilliant. Okay. Now you have to fall down here the whole way. And if you go this way, you'll be here and you get that life that you saw earlier on. So hooray for that. But you do have to go... Once you've sorted out that lower path, you do have to go this bottom path. Because now you can take advantage. I've just thought! There's no loops in this Sonic game. That has never even crossed my mind, and I've just thought of it. Wow. It's crazy. You can play a game for like years and then not notice something, and then like later on realise something, and then I don't know, something just randomly becomes apparent. But what do we have over here? Here we go over here, and see, this is why we needed to hit that switch earlier on. So yeah, I do currently have all but one emeralds. That was no good. Need to concentrate. I do have all but one emeralds. There is one emerald left for me to get, and the other emerald to get is actually really easy, and it actually makes the level a lot easier. But trying to figure it out is just, well, a bit awkward. I mean, well, I'll show you when I get to it. Now, the Scrap Brain boss isn't actually a boss, it's just like a little maze. But it still acts as a boss level. I mean, you don't actually have to fight Robotnik, but it does act as a boss level because not only does it play boss music when you're chasing him at the end, which you'll see, but also there is a hidden life, and this is basically a maze with many one-way entries, as you can see there, and there. Nothing can actually hurt you in this level. See, that's where the life is, and you have to find the route as to how to actually get there. Now, I always do have a worry when I'm playing... I should have known. I do always have a worry when I play this level that I'll accidentally pass a one-way door that stops me from being able to get it. But there are lots of one-way entries on this level. I do believe you have to go down this way. Yeah. Jump all the way down. Now I suspect there's a... I'm not saying I'm sure, but I suspect there are 100 rings on this level in total in order to give you a life. Because, I mean, well, it is different from a boss level that says that there are rings. Because you can't get hurt, the rings don't actually do anything. Other than possibly a life if there's enough, and I guess points. Now, I don't trust that door. Yeah, now that's quite interesting because there's a switch there, but you have to not hit it because that closes the door in front of you. And here we are. Come on, Dr. Robotnik, and he flew away on a flying spiky platform. At least it looks spiky. So, it is our job to chase him into the sky. We are on the Sky Base Zone. So this level is kind of like, I guess it's his, well, it's not his evil fortress, so to speak, because I guess Scrap Ring kind of is, but it's oh, how would you put it? It's kind of like the airport equivalent of his sky. Well, you'll see soon enough. Yes, I do not like those. You can't kill them either. I'm not a big fan of this level. No, not a big fan of this level. I don't hate it. But despite all these lives I've been losing, my life count is still at 9, which is quite, you know. If I can finish the game with 9 lives left, then, you know, that's fine. But, you know, I'm supposed to be good at Sonic games. Well, I feel like I've been doing terribly. I don't know what other people will think because, well, bit of a story. Back in the day, not with this game specifically, but back in the day when I was maybe 9, I hate that stupid cannon thing. When I was maybe 9 or 8 or something, I gained a reputation. It might have even been after that, might have been when I was 10 or 11, but I gained a reputation of being so good. Why do I keep hitting that damn cannon? See what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna get that shield. Now I know that shield won't stop me against that cannon because it keeps knocking me off, which keeps killing me anyway. So it doesn't matter how many rings or shields or whatever I have, that cannon thing would kill me regardless. But I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to keep the shield. I want to keep the shield for the following levels. Now yes, I am going to save state after that cannon because I hate it so much! And, you know, what's interesting is that I've never in the past have I thought to myself, oh, I hate that cannon. That cannon's terrible. Oh, now we have these things. It's just this particular playthrough I'm having particular troubles. Now this is where we have to wait for this thing to follow us and get out of the way. It basically heads whatever direction that you are in, and with this being on the sky-based zone, it doesn't actually shoot out its spike things. I'm just waiting for it to... I mean, I'm sure that's probably safe enough as it is, actually. Yeah. Like on the Mega Drive version, how Starlight Zone is to Labyrinth Zone, on this game, Sky-based Zone is to Labyrinth Zone, in that those things don't shoot out their things. But on Sky Chase Zone, they make them green. Now this is interesting. These platforms only move when you're stepping on them, so if you want to avoid lightning, you've got to jump to stop it from running into the lightning, which I've always found rather interesting. Now, is this the end of the act? Looks like it, yep. And we are now on Dr. Robotnik's blimp. So that act was kind of like whatchamacallit, like an airport type level. Now this level is actually really easy, despite it being the second last level in the game, or the last level depending on how you want to perceive it. This level is actually very easy. Now it's made awkward in the sense that you don't actually have any rings, and you can't get any rings with this level, so you've got to go through the whole thing, jumping up here and avoiding all the cannons and chainsaws and stuff like that. And then you get to the end and you find the emerald and you can't get to it. Now that's a pain, right? But now, yeah, there it is. The game was glitching a bit here. If you jump back onto this platform, you can just follow this, and basically what will happen is this will take you to the emerald, and then you can skip the rest of the level. So finding the secret on this level has more benefits than just finding the emeralds. It actually saves you a lot of time and lives, and most likely also a shield. I do believe there's a life up there, but stupid platform knocked me up onto the ladder. But I'm not going to bother with that. it does take a bit of time, you know, to get this across, to go across this way, but there's no problem with it. Really, it just makes the whole level a lot easier. Right. Am I nearly there yet? Don't jump too soon, because if you jump too soon, you will miss the emerald. Can I? Oh, not quite. Can't quite reach. That was close. And there you get the emerald. And then you can jump up here, and then turn left, and then you just go left, and then you can complete the rest of the level. Just really easy. Now what would usually happen is you'd usually come from over here, and things would be chasing you, and by the time you get to here, you're like, oh, I wonder where the emerald is. You walk down here, see the emerald, and you're like, I can't get the emerald, and then you're stuck. But take that secret path, and fine, I've got to defeat the final boss without a shield. But don't be surprised if I do use save states. Because, to be quite honest... Oh, actually, no, you couldn't consider that level to be the final... Oh, I was getting mixed up. No, now this is definitely the final level. Right. This is definitely the final level. This is the final boss. Now... I'm gonna hit him 4 times. Right. And now, for my own safety, because I know how to do those 4 hits, right? That's easy enough. But then, he just gets awkward, like... Hold on. That was okay as well. As was that. Yeah, they starts going backwards and... Right, I see what's going on here. Right, it's going to start as soon as I... Aha, I think I get it. Right. Right. You see... Oh, this is a lot easier than See... Oh, that was so much easier than what I remembered. Because, you see... I had memories of fighting that boss and remembering it starts off easy and then he just starts acting randomly so you couldn't predict, but just watching that and just playing it there, and I easily, like, clicked onto what the actual pattern was. And he teleports and we teleport in front and we land on him and we kill him. Well, don't kill him because there's more Sonic games. A lot more Sonic games after this. And look, because we got all the Chaos Emeralds, what's happening? They're doing their magic, and they have cleared up all the pollution that Dr. Robotnik has caused on this island. So, yes, and we get 20,000 points for every Chaos Emerald, but who cares about points, really? I mean, seriously, whoever has played a Sonic game and gone, oh yeah, I've gotten so many points. Honestly, I don't know anyone. Sonic left, that means how many lives you got left? 11, so 5,000 points for each life. Is there anything else? Special bonus? Oh, that's for doing the special stages. Yeah, that'll be for completing the 5 special stages. If you want points, you can do the special stages, I guess. If you want points, that is. But I think it's interesting how you don't... Points are an example of something that people don't go for and that people don't care about. But they can be used as a really good measure of how well you've done. So I think we should make more use of points. I I mean, of course, if you're going to be save stating, then points don't really mean all that much, but, you know, in general, I think they're underestimated. If we're going to measure skill, I'm surprised. I know I'm rambling here, but I think if we like ramble on, I know I'm rambling on, but I think when you really think about it, we could have used points as a really good metric of measuring skill. Might not have been perfect, but it's just an idea. But whatever. Anyway, now we have the credits. Now, here we have Sonic tapping his foot and waving his finger. Now, he always does that. That's like a trademark Sonic the Hedgehog thing that he generally does. But what's he doing with the microphone? Is he meant to be naming the people and, like, giving the credits? Or is he meant to be singing? I think it's more likely that he's giving the credits. Never really thought about it before, but we have done it. We have saved the island from Dr. Robotnik. And thank you, Sega, for this wonderful game. And yes, it is the end. And I hope you've enjoyed this on our magical adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog for the Master System. But I'm afraid that's it. So, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.